Alrighty, y'all. So it is election day, and anytime when I come in the morning, I'm preparing to get Jess With The Mess together. One of the things that I look at is like, what are you guys out there talking about, caring about, and why? So this morning, I came in, and one of my producers, shout out to Symantha, was like, "Yo, what I noticed on the Google Trends, and what she's talking about is what are people searching in the U.S. the most across Google." She's like, it's all voting stuff, and I know that there's like so many conversations right now about, are people getting out the vote? Do people care? Are people getting off the couch? And I will say, based off these trends, I think we are defeating the couch. So one of the top trends right now is, what time does voting open? And you can Google that to find it out in your area. And there's over 500,000 people right now actively searching that, and it's going up as we speak. People are searching.
Lauren,
yes.
You telling me people are Googling voting like they do Target? What time does voting open?
Yes.
You mean the polls?
Yes, the polls. Yes. Now listen, you also have, next up is Trump versus Harris polls, like not the actual voting polls, but the polls. I think people want to see the numbers. People are Googling voting near me. Where can I vote? Am I registered to vote? What do I need to bring to vote? Polling place hours, voting registration status, what time and then I thought this was interesting. What's time do the polls open in PA is one of the rising ones right now. It's on the lower end with 10,000 people, 10,000 plus people searching this actively right now, but it's going up. And I do believe, there was a big move yesterday in Pennsylvania with everyone that was there with Kamala to support her, and Oprah and Fat Joe. So yeah, these are some of the trends that's happening right now. So if you are looking for that information, join your fellow, online users and Google it and search it. Now, speaking of Pennsylvania
polls open up at 7 a.m., by the way.
Thank you for that, Charla.
To 8 p.m.
Look at you and your Google. I know that's right. So speaking of Pennsylvania, I know we talked about this in Front Page News, but I actually wanted to hear, from Oprah and from Fat Joe, who were there with Kamala Harris. Let's take a listen to Oprah.
Yesterday, I was all the way across the country, and I was hiking on a Sunday afternoon, and I met a woman named Angela, who told me that she was going to sit this one out. Now, I know she was immediately sorry she told me that, because I would not let up. So I said, sit this one out. We don't get to sit this one out. If we don't show up tomorrow, it is entirely possible that we will not have the opportunity to ever cast a ballot again.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
I don't know why people playing with it. That's what authoritarian rule does. I don't know why we playing with it.
Yeah, and that's literally been said to us as well, too. Now, we also, heard Fat Joe speaking yesterday, or if you didn't hear, we're going to play it for you right now. But he touched on a lot of things. So let's take a listen to Fat Joe speaking on pride and how your pride needs to come into this voting.
This message is going to be short but sweet, and it's about pride. To my Latinos, not just to Puerto Ricans, to my Mexican brothers and sisters. The day I seen Donald Trump come down that escalator and call them Mexicans drug dealers and rapists, he obviously didn't know the Mexican Americans that I know. If that wasn't enough, we had Hurricane Maria, where people were walking in water up to waist deep. Families were fighting. I went to Puerto Rico. They had no water. They had no supplies. The man went over there and threw tissue at the people of Puerto Rico. Where's your pride if you're still out there talking about you might be voting for somebody or you're not decided? Where's your pride as a Latino?
Now,
how did that make you feel as a Dominican? Did Fat Joe's speech move you?
Fat Joe's speech did move me, but I'm not Latino. I'm actually black.
Dominican.
But his speech did move me. I mean, he's speaking from a place of somebody who's fighting the fight and been fighting the fight for a long time. He went there, and I remember him getting Floyd Mayweather, Rock Nation, and everybody else that could fill up jets, because there was no planes going there to just fill up those jets with supplies and help his people out. So, yeah, it definitely moved me. But I am African-American. I'm black, sir.
Yo, he won't let you live on Election Day. Go ahead, Charlie.
I will say I like Fat Joe's speech, too. But Fat Joe definitely knows some Mexican drug dealers. Not all Mexicans are drug dealers.
Yo,
but he knows
up.
a couple.
Shut up.
Knew a couple.
When he said that, I was like, oh,
he knew a couple. He knew a couple.
But listen,
okay. Back in the day, a long time ago.
Not anymore.
Well,
but go ahead.
Also, too, so Nori mentioned, or Noriega mentioned that, or is it going to be?
We didn't play it.
Oh, we didn't play it. Okay. Well, Fat Joe also talked about the fact that when everything happened at Madison Square Garden with Donald Trump, it wasn't funny. He said, I like to joke around, tell stories, but that was not funny whatsoever. And more importantly, he says, people know Fat Joe for being real. Like, he's authentic. You can trust him. You can believe him.
Yes.
And here's where he's throwing all of his support. Let's take a listen.
I don't know why, but if I'm speaking to some undecided Puerto Ricans, especially in Pennsylvania, what more they got to do to show you who they are? I'm telling you. And the thing about Fat Joe, if you don't know him, he's authentic. He will not sell his soul for nobody in the world. If I tell you Kamala Harris is with us, she's with us.
Kamala.
You know what's going to hurt me in the future?
What's that?
When Fat Joe runs for mayor in New York and I'm not able to vote for him because I'm not a New York resident. But boy, I'm going to tell you one thing. Fat Joe going to run for mayor in New York one day, and he going to win. I'm telling y'all that right now.
Absolutely.
If he chooses.
And he'll run this state amazing. I think he would.
Well, it's the mayor
city,
of New York
City. Yeah, but New York City. He would run the city amazing.
Well, speaking of being resident, citizenship, all that stuff, Rihanna popped out yesterday on the gram, and she posted a video of her in a car looking out the window, just like, gazing through the window. And it says, point of view, me trying to sneak into the polls with my son's passport, #vote because I can. Now, her caption was where, she won. She said, when protecting coochie and firing coochie can happen all in one vote. She used the P word, but I had to sub it.
I got you.
Yes, and then she hashtag again, vote because I can, #vote tan suit season, talking about, Kamala and her suits. Now, let me tell y'all know bad girl Riri she goes off online, or notoriously she used to snap back all the time online. Oh, baby, when I say she got back in these comments. So somebody said illegal voting is a crime. Maybe she should be arrested for trying. She commented back to this person and said, shut up, Karen. Someone else said, the attitude is why we want to make America great again. You want to cheat to win. So disappointing. Bad girl Riri said, when y'all stop burning ballot boxes, come check me. Someone else said, did you get in? Shout out to the Batty Twins. The Batty Twins said, did you get in? She said, not yet, sis, but I'm sleeping outside to make sure the Navy shows up. Then someone else said, ironically, she can vote if she would have set up her paper for voting as a migrant if she doesn't have a U.S. citizenship. I guess someone has been rejected by the system or acts like it for the majority. She said, I love my passport. I came here to work and pay taxes. You're welcome. Now, there was another one where she replied to somebody else that was just trying to go in about the whole border stuff and shutting the border and like all that. And she said, where were you January 6th, sis? Stick to your discounted crotch. We out here fighting for its rights. So she's
this kind of crotch.
Yeah, she's saying that that we out here fighting for the coochies. Like she want to make sure that women have their rights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm shocked Rihanna doesn't have dual citizenship though. All the money she pays in taxes in.
Yeah.
But somebody said that too. They was like, well, how are you? They asked her some question. She was like, taxes, duh. Like basically, like because she has some rights because she.
All right. And that is Jess With The Mess with Lauren LaRosa. All right, now, when we come back, we got front page news. Then we're going to open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. We're asking, are you still undecided? Today is election day. Are you still undecided? What makes you undecided? We're going to open up the phone lines and we'd love to talk to you. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.